Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And here we are again for Le Mans Ultimate, which was actually my last two races before ending of early access for LMU. I'd done these races on Saturday when I had my day off, so there is no qualifying to show because it was not going good, but I'll here show a replay of what happened in my two attempts at qualifying. So here is the first attempt, which I actually thought of as a banker lap. I went through the second chicane in Monza, and then I basically made a mistake in Lesmo 1. I spun out, and actually this lap with this spin is what got me my starting position, because on my next lap this is what happened. So I'm coming to Parabolica, much quicker lap time than before, even before the spin, but then I lost it in Parabolica, and yeah, that's what happened. I actually didn't like GT3s since last big update for LMU, but last Saturday I really wanted to race GT3s, so I decided to go for it and see what happens. And I was actually surprised how good Ferrari was at Monza as compared to some other tracks. So quite a bunch of position gained. Some didn't start or started from pit lane, some were slow to start, some pulled off right at the green. So yeah, 6 positions gained after first chicane, which isn't bad at all. I actually didn't realize how good I had it at this moment in the race, but I decided to take it very carefully and try not to lose my car. Well, that was basically my whole idea for this race. Don't make a mistake. If you can attack and gain position, do that, but just be careful. And it actually worked wonders for me, as you will hopefully see in this video.
Yellow flag sector 2.
So this is now coming to Ascari.
It looks like Laurent has gone off.
Lap 1. And yeah, actually I wasn't surprised how well behaved everyone was in this race, at least at the start. And yeah, also as you have seen in replays, and you can see from a bit from this cockpit view, I'm running my custom livery in my channel colors. And yeah, I already edited my livery so that it's compatible with 2025 model that has a position display on the side. It looks a bit worse in my opinion, that livery, because of the positioning of the panel, but it is what it is. This is a nice overtake in the first chicane for position 11. Nice on brakes, and yeah, at this point in the race it felt great. Lap 1, car was stable, car didn't do anything that would destroy my confidence in it. And yeah, even though, as you can see, for most of the race they took really early to the brakes, especially on the second chicane and the Ascari. I think I could have attacked it more in those 2 corners on the brakes, but I decided to play it safe, and even though I wasn't fast,
green flag in sector 2.
I managed to do this race, I should say, nice. So here is the replay now that of the start, now that the race somewhat calmed down. Sorry for the cough. I've been a bit sickish these past few days, There was a slight contact between me and BMW, but nothing major, just a gentle kiss. And yeah. Oh, these cars look good. Not just my Ferrari in my livery, but these GT3s, they look amazing. I actually never was a big fan of tin top cars. I always preferred open wheelers, but lately... Oh yes, this is the replay of my overtake. There you can enjoy in the trackside view. I had a good exit from Parabolica, nice straight line speed, and it was on the brakes. I think he let me pass because he broke much earlier than I think anyone would expect here, and didn't really put up any defense. He probably didn't lose time for both of us, didn't want to lose time for both of us, and thank me for that. So yeah, I was saying I never really liked closed cockpit cars, not in games, and didn't really like to watch those races. I was always a Formula 1 fan, IndyCar fan, or Champ Car when it was called like that. And
Okay, Damien, the next car is Thomas.
In past few years with Assetto Corsa Competizione first, and then with Le Mans Ultimate, and me finding a way to actually watch those WEC races live, legally of course, instead of relying only on highlights, actually brought me into closed cockpit cars like GT3s,
Sector 1 is yellow.
GT4s, and well, prototypes, LMP2, LMP3,
Sector 1 is green.
And of course hypercars. Yeah, so I am finally able to watch the races in live, so I actually surprised myself with my ability to actually watch the races this year for the most part. I think I've seen first 3 races, so Qatar, Imola, and was it Le Mans? Oh, my brain just stopped working. Qatar, Imola, never mind. So yeah, before Le Mans I maybe missed like 2 hours total of racing. I really got my money's worth of watching live races, and then at Le Mans I didn't watch the night part from around midnight to around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't really sit in front of TV for the other part of the race as well, but I had it on my PC in the background, and I would look here and there. And then Interlagos I didn't watch it because I worked at the time. So yeah. Anyways, back to this race. It's now lap 8, 6 minutes before the end, and I'm chasing Lexus for P6, and he makes a mistake at the exit of second chicane, and that gives me a chance to go by. And that's P6 after starting from P18, which I think is a very good recovery in the game. So yeah, this is the replay. It's not really visible, his mistake, but there it is. He went wide on the entry and he had compromised exit. He even went on the gravel a bit, and that's P6. So here we are coming to the last minute of racing and to the final lap. Nothing much happened in between the last overtake and this last lap.
Yellow flag, sector 1.
The grid got a bit stretched out and that was it. I was actually catching the BMW in front of me by a good margin each lap, but there was just no time, and then I decided to not risk it. Let's consolidate P5. Oh yes, P5. I think I overtook someone due to a spin. Yeah, now I remember. Someone in front of me spun on the exit of first chicane, and that's what gave me position 5. I was kinda hoping that, seeing that BMW in front of me had red virtual energy, that he might run out, but 4% is plenty enough to get him to the finish line from basically penultimate corner, the Variante Ascari. So here we are now, final straight, and then just one corner. P5, that's what, 13 position gain, and I did gain a nice bunch of safety rating points here, and of course some driver ratings, although I lost a bit due to poor qualifying.
P5. Okay, it's over. Well
Anyways,
done, good finish.
let's go
Stop requested.
to the race 2 now.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
And here we are for the start of the race 2, this time in P11, but again qualifying didn't go well. My first attempt is actually what gave me this position, but it wasn't good and clean lap. It was very error-filled lap. I would characterize it as well as like that. But then my second attempt, and again my nemesis, Parabolica corner in Monza. This is what happened, the same as the second attempt in the previous race. I went backwards into the barriers, and that was that lap over. Judging by the time I had before the spin, I would have qualified around P5, which might have had some better consequences for me for this race. As you'll see, first here at the green, I got stuck behind BMW, and I had to release my throttle a bit, and I got swarmed. Then I decided to play it safe again into turn 1 chicane, so broke early, and there was some contacts. That one was my mistake, I think. I just misjudged where the opponent car was, and yeah, starting P11, exiting first chicane at P16, not the best start in the world, but the grid is still bunched up and there is good opportunity to come to actually improve in position. But I decided to go safe in second chicane, and yeah, this Aston Martin spins. I checked the replay. I really thought in the race that I spun him, but I saw during the race and after the race he didn't comment anything on it in the chat. And watching the replay, sadly I didn't film it, but watching the replay after the race, I didn't touch him. He bounced off the curb on the inside, and when he went on the throttle, he lost the rear and spun around. So here we are at the Ascari chicane, and this bunch is really bunched up. I actually have to release my throttle many times. I even do a slight tap here on the Corvette. Aston Martin rushes past his nice and sleek black livery. And then in Parabolica there is a whole bunch of stuff happening. Porsche touches the Aston Martin, he spins, then I try to avoid it, touch the Mustang, and I was very unhappy at this moment in the race. Then I stalled my engine as well, and I debated whether I should pit to fix my car, but I saw all the aerodynamic damage, so I decided to just gun it and see what happens. Sometimes people would probably decide to retire from the race when stuff like this happens, but I got into my racecraft. I don't know how to say. I decide that I will never retire from the race, especially even if the car is damaged, especially if it's possible to get it to the pit lane, because I don't want to lose driver rating and safety rating because of retirement. So if my car is eligible, and usually it is, the worst thing that ever happened to me is having damaged rear wing and suspension, and I limped back to the pits under pit limiter. I stayed out of everyone's way. I finished that race 2 laps down, but I still got a lot of safety rating. Up here it's visible that I didn't cause the spin. That's nice for me. So yeah, I never retire the car if it's possible to bring it back to the pits for repairs. I like to drive clean then until the end of the race, when there's no result for me actually to gain, and that's how I gain quite a bit of my safety rating from those races that didn't go as planned. And the second thing is that if I don't retire, I can use that race to practice, and even though I usually don't have anyone to race because they are a lap or two ahead of me, I still can practice driving, try new things without worrying about results, and that actually works for me. So as you have seen, I think I gained a position through someone pitting, or 2 positions because 2 drivers pitted, and I'm now in P18 with 16.5 minutes to go and some 10 seconds behind next car ahead. So now it's time to put head down, try to get feel for the car, how it is with this bit of aero damage, and try to maybe gain positions and to see if I can post consistent and fast lap times. But then I come to Ascari and I am too late on the brakes and I'm too aggressive with my steering inputs. So we do a 360. If this was real life, now everyone would be mad at me for putting a lot of gravel onto the track. But this is the game, so no problems. Here is someone's rear wing, I think it's BMW wing, and there are 2 in front of me who are very slow. One of them is pitting and McLaren is pitting, so that's extra 2 positions for me. Oh no, one of them was up behind. No, both were for position. So P16 now. This Aston Martin is a lap behind. That's the one who had spun into the second chicane at the in the lap 1. Here we are now at the end of lap 3. I caught up with the second BMW. I decided to let him go here. I didn't want to risk it into Parabolica, and also there is a yellow flag. Even though yellow flags are not enforced in this game as of yet, I decided to just play it safe and wait for Parabolica.
Sector 2 is clear, P15.
Much faster than him, so I gain another position through someone pitting. I'm now in P14, and here is basically the same overtake as in the previous race. Turn 1 against BMW in WRT colors. So here is a replay. I had decent exit from Parabolica. I don't know if he had some trouble here, because I noticed that slipstream is not that powerful in this game, but I still managed to get to the side of him, and I think I felt here as well as in the previous race that he actually let me go because I was that faster than him. And that's basically the last interesting thing that happened in this race, because now we cut to last half minute of the race time and starting the final lap in P9 or P8. Every single position I got between these two clips was due to people pitting, because they had very little virtual energy, like the leader who got to 0, and I think he got the drive-through or stop and go, I don't remember. And yeah, people went to pits to get some virtual energy up, and that's what got me the positions. Leader got stop and go, and I think that I actually gained that position as well because of the time added to his finishing time. Here is someone in the gravel. That's an extra position. Ferrari, which was a rare sight in this past month and a bit. And he decided to retire the car, which I don't think is smart thing to do, but that's his race to do. And I really hoped I could catch this car right in front of me for P6, but he was just a bit too far ahead. And as you can see in the front, BMW number 1, who was leading the race, is going down the order because of the penalty that he got, and that got me the P6 at the end of this race. Anyways, this was it for this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll meet you in the next one, hopefully with new cars. Bye until then.